If you're an adult child with aging parents, the chances of one of your aging parents ending up living alone is fairly high. In the United States, over 14 million elderly adults are living alone, and the US is leading the charge compared to the rest of the world. According to Pew Research Center, older people are more likely to live alone in the US than anywhere else in the world. 27% of adults age 60 and older live alone in the United States, compared to 16% of adults in the 130 countries studied. It's morbid to think about, but many of us, myself included, have thought and worried about the day that one of our elderly parent passes away and the other one is left to live alone. Millions of questions, most often the ones I don't want to think about, race through my mind. Is it okay for them to live alone? Is it what they want? How safe is it? When is it no longer safe? What signs should I be looking for? What should I do if they can't live alone anymore? Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, a channel dedicated to creating personal finance content for the Sandy generation. In this video, I want to address some of these heavy questions around aging parents living alone. I'll cover 5 warning signs to look for, some tips on how to navigate this sensitive topic, and a few options you can consider. 5 warning signs that your aging parents shouldn't be living alone. Number 1, your parent frequently falls. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 1 out of 4 older adults fall every year. For many elderly living alone, falling is their number 1 concern. My wife's grandmother lived alone until she was 90 years old. We knew she fell at home, but she didn't want us to know. She was a strong woman who thrived on her independence. But once my mother-in-law found her fallen in the bathroom and not able to get up. Thank goodness she was able to find her quickly, but it was a trigger point for the family that grandma needed more attention. Number 2 sign, your parent has become a hermit. It could be because it's physically exhausting, but it could also be mental health related. Social anxiety is a downward spiral, as we can all relate to our first time at a school playground as a 6-year-old. It's hard to connect with people, and once we isolate ourselves, we can gravitate towards it more often. For our aging parents, if they're continuously avoiding social contact, it can lead to mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. 3rd warning sign, your parents' home is messy and unclean. If your parents' home was messy to begin with, this might not be as relevant. But if your parent was known for keeping a tidy home and you begin to notice that it is no longer as clean and tidy as before, you want to pay attention. As we age, daily chores are not as easy to manage. It was easy to pull out the vacuum cleaner when we were young, but as we get older, it becomes a labor-intensive activity. I see this with my own mother. I didn't understand initially why she was so excited to purchase a Roomba.
DJ Roomba, turn it up!
But now I see how it really adds value to her life. 4th warning sign, your parent is missing payments and bills. It's already hard enough for us younger adults to be on top of our bills and finances. It requires a lot of cognitive effort. If you notice unpaid bills or that your parents are missing payments that they had no problems with before, you want to pay attention. Not only are they doing harm to their personal finances via late fees, lowering their credit score, and even potential identity theft, it could be a sign of cognitive decline or even depression. 5th warning sign, your parent is not attending to his or her medical care. Taking care of our medical and physical health is already challenging enough for younger adults. For aging parents, this could be significantly more challenging. More medication, more diet restriction, more medical appointments. Due to the significant effort required, they could neglect their doctor's appointment or even their medication. If you notice that your aging father or mother isn't taking their medical care seriously, it could be a sign they need more help than they like to admit to. So the big question, now what? If after watching this video and recognizing some of these warning signs with your aging parent, you might want to rush out the door to start taking action. However, don't. Stop. I want to let you know that despite all these challenges your aging parents have with living alone, the majority of older folks living alone have a strong desire to maintain their independence. I mentioned my wife's grandmother earlier. She found pride in the fact that she could live alone in her 80s and 90s. As someone who raised many children and who survived through many challenging times, the Japanese occupation of Korea, the Korean War, immigration to the United States in the 70s, she valued her independence despite all the challenges with living alone. Before we go out and start proposing a solution, we must be keenly aware and respect our aging parents' desire for independence. Many fear being too dependent on others, and despite the loneliness, want to continue to live on their own. To help them through these times, we should try to find a solution that maintains their sense of independence. So, few options to consider and discuss with your parents. It's difficult to have to talk with your mother or father about any difficulties they may be having, as well as your concerns about them. You want to have a conversation with your parents about your concerns before approaching them with your solution. This way, you can find a workable solution together. So, let's say that your parents fall frequently. If your parent has fallen once, take it as a serious sign, even though they probably will not think it's serious, and they might not admit that they had a fall. My wife's grandmother actually did not admit to falling until her daughter-in-law found her. If you suspect that there are frequent falls, I would strongly recommend giving them a medical alert system. They can wear them all time, even now if they're living with a spouse or significant other. There are a lot of specific fall detection devices in the market today. Even Apple Watch has a fall alert option. So let's say you're seeing that your parents have become a hermit. Staying at home may be the only way for older people to achieve comfort and security. However, staying at home too long can also lead to loneliness and eventually depression. Maybe some of us can relate to having experienced the COVID lockdown. A good starting place is to start a routine of checking in and spending time together. And it doesn't have to be all on you. You should create a rotating routine with your relatives, friends, and neighbors so someone is always checking in and connecting. Let's say your parents' home is messy and unclean. Keeping the house clean and tidy is already hard enough for me. I can only imagine for aging parents. The simplest solution is to hire some help to do it. These days, you can find reliable house cleaning services that can come in once every 2 weeks or even once every month at an affordable price. Your parents might resist initially if they took pride in cleaning their own house, but once they experience someone else doing these hard chores, they might come to appreciate it. Let's say you see your parents are missing payments and bills. Create a routine to check your parents' mail and any outstanding bills. However, the biggest lift you can do to help is by automating their finances. I have a video where I review Hermit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, where I cover some fundamentals of automating your finances. Once you systematize your financial system, you can do the same for your parents so they aren't still paying their bills by check, and they can even check their balance online. Let's say your parent is not attending to his or her medical care. For me, this is the most concerning part of an aging parent living alone. Medical care gets more complex as people age. It feels like there is always new medication or new monitoring system that my parents have to add to their list every year. I've come to take notes on my parents' health diagnosis or specific medications so I can be a second eye to their medical care. We need to be careful not to overstep our boundaries, but we can help them with basics like organizing their medicine in a pill box and marking their upcoming medical appointments in a large calendar and hanging it where it's easily visible. It's a struggle to care for elderly parents that may fight you when your intentions are that you want to help them. Every adult's values and wants independence. It's a tough subject and there's no one right way to approach the situation. But I hope the information I shared with you here can help you in some way as we tackle this challenge together as the standard generation. Thank you guys for watching. If you found value from this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my other upcoming videos. I firmly believe that being part of the standard generation doesn't have to mean financial stress. With careful planning and preparation, we can thrive during this stage of life. Help me spread the knowledge. Thank you again. I'll see you in my next video.